Yo, what's up, everybody? What's up, YouTube? And I'm back with another video do for death, y'all. Focus out, y'all. I'm gonna say thank y'all for subscribing my channel, and thank y'all. I said thanks. I said for support and everything. So my channel finna reach about 100 subs real soon, but so I'm glad y'all support my channel, and and I will give y'all. I say I will continue to give you my content. Everything I bring to my channel, and so I enjoy my channel. Okay, on to video now. Okay, the story I talk about Stanley Tookie Williams. The story, uh, the story we talk about today is Stanley Tookie Williams. He was a Crip back in the 1980s, and then he got executed in 2005. So story will be about him. So for this, okay, here we go. Okay, Stanley Tookie Williams was born in Shreveport, Louisiana, back on December 29th of 1953. His father abandoned the family when he was a year old, and his mother had moved to Los Angeles, California. That started in the South Central, the region of LA. His mother would work several jobs to support them. In the time, Stanley Tookie Williams, got to mischief. I say at an early age, he would hang out in vacant lots, abandoned houses, and he got into some legal activity to where he would see people who gamble, use drugs, and people who get drunk. Stanley was raised in this environment to where he was forced. I said grew up fast, in the inner city, but he often get into dog fights. He said after the adults would finish dog fighting, he would make the children fight each other. When he was older, he was talking to bullies in his neighborhood to where he would get I say that he would often carry a switchblade for protection out and when he was a teenager he was expelled from George Washington High School for fights, and he was doing stints in juvenile hall throughout his life. He got to gang life back in the late 1960s when he was 15. Williams was he was invited to a small West Side clique after he befriended a local teenager, Donald Doc Screedback Archie. He often earned the gang respect after beating up one of the members for assaulting his mother, and he became the official leader of this clique. And his violent reputation across South Central throughout his teens, he was on for car theft, and he started to become a bodybuilder. Back in 1971, at the time, he met Roman Washington at Washington Preparatory High School by a mutual friend. So I believe that Tookie was the leader of the West Side Crips in LA, into where he would engage in acts of violence against rival gang members and innocent people. Tookie would start to get involved in the lifestyle until involving in the criminal underworld. And I say around of 1973, when Washington was he said he was arrested for second-degree robbery in he was murdered in the same year, and I say around 74. So I'm 73. I said around. Tookie was wounded in a drive-by shooting while sitting at his porch at his house. The incident came from the members of the Bloods who shot at Williams. After that happened, he was shot both his legs, and doctors said that he never ever walk again. He spent his year-long process at a physical rehabilitation. After a few months, he he gained his ability to walk again. He started to use I say a couple of a couple of days, weeks at a time. He started to use PCP. See, PCP is a dangerous drug to where it can alter your mind, and it can make you do some crazy stuff. But he started dabbling to PCP when he was 12 years old. So I said back around 1977, he lost his counseling job after he was implicated in a robbery that was committed from use at a group house. Stanley Williams' life went to a violent and a disruptive path. He doing a lot of stuff for the gang, like robberies and murder. But back in the early 1980s, Stanley Williams and his two friends, Kyle and Sims, followed him in a 7-Eleven market to where Stanley would try to rob this 7-Eleven store, to where the clerk, 26-year-old Albert Owens, was sweeping the store parking lot around 7:42 p.m. So around the time, Daryl and the Sims entered the store, and they follow Williams, and Daryl and Sims walk to the counter area to take money from the cash register. Williams walked behind Owens. He put a shotgun to Owens. First he put out a shotgun under his jacket, and he told Owens to shut up and keep walking. Once he pointed the shotgun at Owens' back, Williams directed him to the back storage room, and he ordered him to lie down. Kyle heard a loud bang from the shotgun. So when the glass had started to break, and it was two more shots, and it came from when Stanley had shot and killed Owens. He had shot him twice, shoot him in the back, and so they fled the scene. So then another murder happened to when it was happening in the motel on South Vermont Avenue and South Central, to where the business was ran by a 76-year-old Yi Ya Yang and his wife, a 63-year-old Tookie C Yang and their daughter, 43-year-old Yu Chi Yang and his son Robert. They were immigrants from Taiwan. So around 5 a.m. on March 11 of 1979, Williams entered the Brookhaven motel lobby, and he broke down the door. Inside the office, he shot and killed the father, the wife, and the daughter. The son, Robert, was asleep when the murders started to take place, but he wasn't harmed. He actually was awake by the gunshots, to where he had heard a female scream, and so that was a brutal murder right there. That he committed, and so I believe PCP had took over his mind. The son Robert had saw his family being being slaughtered and killed by Tookie, and Yin Yang suffered 2 close range shotgun wounds, one to his left arm abandonment and one to the lower left chest. And Tookie Shah also received 2 close range wounds, one to the collarbone. And at 81, he was convicted in all 4 murders with felony murder and robbery, and one in the Brookhaven event. He became an inmate in the San Quentin State prison in Northern California. He spent he spent 6 years in solitary confinement for assaulting on guards and fellow inmates. Let's see. Okay, around that time in 1988, he was stabbed in the neck by another gang member, Taquan Cox, in prison. Back in around the 2000s, Stanley Tookie Williams was trying to get clemency from Arnold Schwarzenegger in the courts, to where he appealed, was denied, and it said it would make it worse if they don't get him the appeal, means that he would die in prison or to be executed for his crimes. Many celebrities like Jerry Fox and Snoop Dogg, people had kind of stood behind him, and Tookie. So I got back around 2005. He wrote a book, and there was a movie, about him in 2004, I think. And so yeah, after the third attempts of the appeal, the courts, they kind of, decided him to be, executed. So yeah. Back on December 13, 2005, Stanley Tookie Williams was executed by lethal injection. He was only a shot away from being 52 years old. So, RP to Stanley Tookie Williams.